Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining me in Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm RJ. It is a thundery day here at Trippy HQ, so you may hear some rumbling in the background. So we're going to start off this episode at the underwater UFO. It may not look like it, but this thing still has a chance to be activated. How trippy would that be, guys? Everybody thinks that the other UFOs flying around San Andreas might abduct somebody. But what if it was this one that activated, came from underwater, and then wreaked havoc in San Andreas? That would be so epic. But look at it. Doesn't look to be too special. I don't think there's anything going on. It's very rusty. Can this thing actually be used once again? Well, Rockstar has implanted clues, just like they normally do, to show us that maybe something's going on here under the seas. So thanks again for joining up, guys. There is a Chiliad mystery live stream coming up here at the channel right after this episode, probably in like 1 or 2 hours after the episode goes up. You might want to follow me on Twitter because I do give updates there, or you can hit the notification button and that'll let you guys know when the live stream starts up. I do have something special in the works, so hopefully you guys can join up for that. Thanks again for being part of the community, and definitely thank you for checking out the channel, guys. Make sure to drop in the comments section below exactly what you think is going on at the underwater UFO, probably the creepiest UFO of them all. So I do have to give a special shout out to my friend UC. He talked about this, I think it was like 7 months ago, but in a different way because he noticed something as part of one of the mods. Now, you guys know I don't really mess with the mods of GTA 5, but if you do special mods like the Take the Water Away from GTA 5 mod, it does change up some stuff. In fact, if you take the water away from this UFO, check out one of the lighting effects that goes down. Here's a picture that UC showed off. I mean, look at this. That is definitely alien looking. The eggs at the top there are glowing orange. We've been on the search for the alien eggs. I know some people say it is in the Fort Zancudo area. It would shock everybody if it's actually in this UFO somehow, or at least spawns here. Anyways, you can also see the glow around the, I guess the top rim there of the UFO also has an orange color, and the sides. Guys, so is that just some sort of glitch that happens when you take all the water out? That seems to be likely, right? Well, what if it's just kind of creating a subtle glow that is actually happening on the UFO at a certain time, guys? There's one other big clue that shows this is very important that Rockstar added in. With one of the updates, they gave us a new van, and that van showed this underwater UFO with the orange glow. Let's go online with UC and check it out.
Right here on the side of the van, and I swear to everything, I never even noticed this, but now that I do, it just makes me think more about like what Rockstar are doing with their DLC, because like we've always thought like maybe they throw clues in the tattoos, they throw clues in the DLC cards, the car names. I always thought like, yeah, maybe they do, but we can never be sure. You know, it was always kind of like a 50-50, but now this pretty much confirms that they actually like try to give us hints to the mystery and like the DLC, because look close, like that's the UFO underwater. Which other UFO would it be, right? Like look closely, there's no other UFO underwater as far as I know.
So there it is, guys. That's clearly the same UFO, and that orange glow on top looks a lot like the one that shows up when you take away the water, and we're about to see that same orange glow in game with no mods. But first, guys, take a look to the right of the underwater UFO. Look underneath the fin. You guys see that X that's hidden away? And that X doesn't really have anything to do with the seaweed there. It's clearly something that's just kind of imprinted in there. Maybe the same X from the Chiliad mystery mural. I have to give a special shout out to Giameni, my French buddy. He showed me that, and I definitely think that's pretty crazy, guys, especially if it has something to do with the orange light from the UFO activating. Nobody really sees that coming. The underwater UFO being a big part of solving the Chiliad mystery. Alright, so we're back inside our sub. We actually want to get out of the submarine and swim towards the UFO. And I noticed it kind of starts around maybe 4:30 a.m., maybe even 4:20 a.m. But as you get closer to the UFO, you'll already notice an orange glow kind of starting up. And you'll see that the same rim that we looked at in that picture seems to have an orange glow just like it, guys. So let's swim above the UFO. You already see the orange glow there. You guys notice that? And the thing that's kind of unusual is that the rest of the UFO remains blue. It's got, the same wavy lines there coming down, but the top definitely has an orange crown. Maybe it's the bird's eye view that you have to look at it in, but that is a lot like the picture from the side of the van, guys. And if you remember the Bigfoot clue, this is just like it, guys. This is history repeating itself. The top of the UFO turning orange. But as I said, as you get closer down, you can see it's pretty much intentional. Now, the time that this shows up does link up to the sun. You can see how the sun is blasting right now for sure. But considering it does match up with the UFO itself, and not the whole thing is orange, just the crown, the same part from the van, it does seem to link up, guys. So let's swim closer down. You notice how that is orange, and it almost seems like the light is coming from the, that window there. I think that's a window. Hard to tell. So let's swim further down to see if this part is orange, because if you remember on the van, the sides were orange as well. But that does not seem to link up. Now, that part would be crazy considering, obviously that is not hit up by the sun. If that turned orange, we would know something is going on, guys. Maybe there's a little tint of orange around the side, but it does look, pretty bright on the top, guys. I have to say, for as much as I've looked at this, I haven't really been here since that clue to notice that it is actually happening. Many people speculated that it was only with the mod activated, but it does seem to be legit, guys. And as I mentioned, the more you swim up, the brighter it does get. It is definitely orange, just like the picture. So is that signifying from Rockstar that this thing needs to be activated? So with the top clearly orange, there's one other thing that I did want to test, guys. Let's put in some cheats, because I'll mention with that mod, that is clearly the PC edition of the game. I've had some people say that it's only in the PC version. It does look to be at least something here on the console version, guys. We're changing the weather, but I don't think there's too much of a difference underwater. In fact, nothing seems to be happening. There's full thundery, and even on the top, really not much of a difference. I did see how, you notice how when it changes, you can see the actual waves change for a moment, but, nothing too special at all. It seems as if changing the weather underwater does not activate a trigger, or maybe it does, it's just harder to notice, but I did want to experiment with that. The orange lights of the UFO, it is what now, 6:34. It does seem to last for a while, guys. This is definitely something that I need to check out a little bit more. I'll do it on an upcoming live stream. So check out this clue, guys. I'll show you why this UFO could be so important and how Rockstar is possibly fucking with us by sneakily adding things into these DLCs that could have something to do with the unsolved mysteries of the game. Here's some official artwork that Rockstar put out for the Further Adventures in Finance and Felony event. It has Lester hanging out in his command center. It looks like he's hacking into the FIB. Anyways, if you look hard enough, you can see a hidden Bigfoot. It's right there to the left of Lester, and this is a subtle clue that Rockstar gave us that there's more to the Bigfoot mystery. Bigfoot eventually led to the Beast. So who knows what other clues that Rockstar's hiding that we haven't even found yet, but the orange UFO could definitely be a clue that it needs to be activated. Stay tuned, guys. We have a live stream coming up for you and new episodes all this week. Hit me up on Twitter at TrippyComs if you guys have any theories that you want us to do during a live stream. And there's all kinds of things being added into the game. The alien egg may soon be collected, so if you guys have any leads or any ideas, definitely let the community know. I'll catch you guys in the live stream. As always, make sure to stay motherfucking trippy, my friends.